Hello, welcome to what will be a several installment video blog for the tour of the Gila, inspired by the lively debate on the Google groups over wheel selection for the Gila Monster Road Stage, and with a little prodding from Ashley, who was the subject of my cell phone video documentary entitled The Cancer Chronicles, as we went through her journey last year with breast cancer. I'm gonna make several videos in the time leading up to the Gila and pre and post stage, just to document this experience for people like my mom, who's never been to a race, and friends who don't really understand bike racing or have a genuine concern or genuine interest and just simply can't take a week out of their regular life to go ride a bike through the mountains of the Gila. I think a good place to start as any is with what I will be riding. In later videos, we'll go over my goals, the motorhome. We'll look at the rolling cycling palace that some of you have seen Kevin and I show up with at races. Talk about food, how I plan to eat, and a few other things, and mostly probably my disjointed ramblings on where I hope to finish, where I want to finish, and more likely the truth of where I will end up finishing. First things first, let's look at the bikes that are going to don't get up, Flash. Constitute what I'll be rocking in the Gila. Stage 1, Interloop Road Race Min Cap 4, the Ridley Noah. Super aero, super fast, fairly light, really stiff. Compact chain rings, 1128 on the back. I love the way this bike looks, and if you look fast, you feel fast, you are faster. It's documented. I saw it on YouTube, so it must be true. Okay, since he's so desperate to be in the video, but he won't move his dumb head, this is Flash, retired police dog, still will bite you, but he won't leave me alone, ever. So, wherever I go, get away, shoo, shoo. All right, go away. This is my Scott Addict, and probably going to set it up with the Zip 404s for the final stage. It'll still weigh 13.5-ish pounds. I haven't actually put it on this. I have put it on the scale, but I don't write stuff down because I'm not that much of a dork. Said the guy who actually has a scale in his house for his bikes. Wow, I'm sad. In another full confessional type of moment, whilst that debate over which wheels to use was way too intelligent for somebody as dumb as I, inertia, rolling weight, I honestly was just looking for an answer, aero versus light. But some of you guys are way too educated for me. I did screw up the simple math when weighing the wheels, and it's not a question. It will be the Zip rear for the Gila Monster stage. I do have a super light Bontrager Triple X Race Light front wheel that will go on probably for that stage. I did have that whole set, but thanks to the Trek Bicycle Store in Albuquerque, it's out of commission. And even though I paid them to fix it, they royally screwed it up, and they're going to have to do it again. So that one's out of commission. It's the same wheel that derailed my ascent of Heartbreak Hill in the adoption exchange. But 13 and change up a hill with the 28 on a bike that's really stiff is not too bad. And I don't really think that perhaps that quarter pound might make or break my chances of doing anything. Now, if I happen to lose an overall by 1 second, probably I'm going to be a little upset. You don't have to follow me, Flash. All of that talk, go away. All of that talk of lightweight doesn't really matter, because where my best efforts and my best chances to make any kind of potential headway come on this bike. Yes, it is a Trek. Yes, it is older, and yes, it is a bike you can see Lance riding in a 2005 Tour de France video. Trek TTX, or Equinox TTX. I've worked mega hard at time trialing, even with all the bad luck I've had this year in races. And, I still managed to finish second and fifth, I think, in the 2 TTs I've done. And to be honest with you, with the weight loss that I went through in this winter and the spring, I haven't done any efforts leading up to Las Cruces. Now, that is not the case now. If I can speak confidently in any one area, I can time trial. As my friend Brett Carter likes to say, his plan for races was always time trial and defending the climbs. So that is what I hope to do. I hope to be at or near the lead after the first stage, and then time trial my tail off and go from there. I'd like to get to Sunday with a chance, and then see what's what. I do kind of feel better day after day of hard racing and hard training. I do like that. It makes me feel stronger. So we'll see. Maybe I'm a stage racer instead of something else, which would be kind of sad to discover at 36, but whatever. All these wheels are tubular. I am a fan. I think if you're going to race and you're not racing tubulars, you are not taking this very seriously. And that does make me sound like a snobby elite cyclist. I don't ride campy, so I can't be, but maybe I am just a little bit. I'm taking all the Ziavello gear that I got, short of the time trial suit, because in my epic crash in the crit at the trifecta, there did scrape a hole in the bum area. Thanks to a buddy, Jeff Krinke, I was able to get my hands on a Milan San Remo skin suit. So that's what I will rock in the TT, along with the dorky Aero helmet that I actually probably should cop to wearing around the house just to feel cool. Some shoe covers in my shoes. But TT bike is for me where I have the greatest ambition and the hopes. It's been fun this year racing and getting my butt literally kicked by a 15-year-old kid. But I hope now, without working for Kevin in a race or any other number of things, I hope to at least be able to beat the 15-year-old a little bit. We saw the field at the Gila for Cat 4. It's 31 or 2 guys, and a couple of them are not, who raced in New Mexico. I've raced them before. They're not really guys that you would think would be threats to time trial well or climb well. Luke's coming, Holloman, Ziavello guy. Super strong, has made as much improvement as I have in the last 6 months. He was a bigger guy like I was and dropped weight like I did, and he has kept all his power. So it's fun to have somebody to race with at the Gila. Sad by the fact that Kevin's not going to be there, simply because, it's always fun racing with your friends. And we've had a good time in the few races we've done this year already, working together and trying to break people and set one of us up for the win. And, Luke jumped in on that at the Carlsbad race. It was kind of fun. So it would have been fun to do in a stage race. It would have been even funner because at this moment in time, while he's a better climber than me, I'm a much better time trialist than him. So it would end up he would have been working for me, and that would have been great. But as it is now, I'll be on my own and with Luke. So that'll be fun. That's it for equipment. Later on, we'll get into travel with the RV. Nutrition, which basically comes down to recovery food and peanut butter sandwiches, but we'll talk about that. Talk about race tactics. I already feel like I've gotten a ton of advice from both Shane and Dave and Brett, who won this race in different categories. And I'm sure now that I'm going to link this to the Google groups, I'm sure everybody, including Blick, will have plenty of advice on what to do. I do like that shotgunning a beer thing before the TT. I don't think I'll be riding a mountain bike just because I am not as strong as Blick thought he is in his own mind, the legend. I'm trying to think of what else we can go over as far as equipment goes. Packed up most of it in the RV. Left to go is the bikes and the stuff Whoops. That's gonna go. That's perfect. Almost drop your camera. Don't get up, Flash. That's all we can talk about equipment. I look forward to the feedback, and we'll get into another video probably later today and a couple tomorrow. And if you don't like them, don't watch. If you have any questions, this is one-way communication. Sorry you can't ask. Over and out.